Hey everyone, I'm back with the video. Surprisingly, I can actually do one today. A quick one now. So I'm going to answer Anthony's The Infinite Grooves questions. Great questions. Really difficult for me to answer though, because like the rainy day and the late night ones, because that's like my favorite kind of mood in music. It's the kind of dark, sad sounding stuff, and quite frankly it was really hard for me to pin down specific things, so I'm just going to try my best and off the top of my head and what I'm really into right now. That's how I kind of answered, and also I kind of answered from specific memories I have of late night and rainy day music, so that's how I kind of did that. Not necessarily my favorite, but just because I have many favorites. So and as you notice, I chopped off all my hair finally, so I was wanting to do that, but I would rather buy records instead of getting a haircut. You know how that is. So but it's hot and summer's coming, so I'm gonna be at the beach, so just cut it off, might as well. So first, top 5 debut albums. Okay, not in any order of course, but number 1 I put Bon Iver's For Emma Forever Ago. Oh, before I start, I'm sorry. I'm not going to be showing anything because I don't own everything that I'm listing here, and I don't have much time, so I'm just going to just speak the whole time. So yeah. So Bon Iver's For Emma Forever Ago. This is a classic folk record from 2007, I think. Yeah. I guess I can fit that in with the rainy day too. But anyway, it's just a really heartbreaking record. You guys, I'm sure, all know the story. I'm not going to get into it because it's a kind of a long story of how he created it. But it's really fascinating, and he has a new album. They have a new album coming out, and I really hope that it's like that. I'm kind of nervous actually, because I would love for me to have a connection to the newer album like I do with this one. I listened to this album so many times when it came out driving, especially when I was driving. So it's a classic debut. I think it will go down as being a classic debut in like 10 years or whenever, however long it takes to become a legend. But yeah. Okay, second I put let's see, I have a list here. Stina Nordenstam's Memories of a Color. I've showed it before, I've talked about her a lot. She's just like probably my favorite female artist, but it's from 1991. It's just a great record by a stunning artist who had so much more to come, who progressed so much from the album too. So 3 I put, it's another recent record, The Pains of Being Pure at Heart, self-titled. Same with the Bon Iver, I listened to that so much, it kind of that's pretty much my soundtrack to the last year, 2010. It means, the album means a lot to me. Yeah, I got through a lot of stuff with that one, and okay, and it's just, I mean, they're taking this whole kind of 90s revival thing that's going on right now, like with bands like Yuck, things like that. Pains just kind of started that, and it's gonna be considered a really important album, I think. Speaking of importance, Joy Division's Unknown Pleasures. Obviously, I'm not gonna explain that. I mean, you guys know. And then Big Star's #1 record in 1972. Same thing as Joy Division. Classic records that are now finally seeing their importance and influence. Okay, Rainy Day. This isn't necessarily an album. It's just the band's music as a whole. But it's Slowdive. Anything from them reminds me of listening to them on a rainy day. I have this mix CD I made in senior year of high school, and that's what it reminds me of. The rain. It was raining a lot towards the end of that year, and it just reminds me of that, and I love the memory. So Rainy Day, Blue Boy. Same thing with them. Anything from them, because last year when I was dating this girl, I had to drive. When I was driving to go visit, it was kind of a far drive. Every time I would go, it would seem like it would rain, and I would listen to Blue Boy because that's what I was wanting to listen to. You know, just happened to be. So they make for great rainy day music. Stina Nordenstam's And She Closed Her Eyes just fits the mood. And the last song even ends with rain, so rain, samples of rain. Ben Watts, oh gosh, can't remember, North Marine Drive, title, same thing, and Smashing Pumpkins' Adore, I think that one works well. Late night music, this is great, all of these have to do with closing, or driving at nighttime that I've had experiences. So Lowe's, I Could Live in Hope, drove home from San Diego one night after seeing Yola Tango, and San Diego's about 2 hours away or so from my house, and I was listening to that album with my friend in the car while we were driving, and we were on the freeway, and both sides of the freeway were just completely pitch black because we were in that really hilly area, and it was, with this album going on, it was really crazy. I've never seen anything like it, so that's what that album reminds me of. And the Blue Nile's Hats, classic record, underrated record, that for me personally I have a memory of listening to that late night. Slint's Spiderland, great eerie record to listen to while driving at nighttime. A lot of these have to do with me and driving for some reason. And Godspeed You, Black Emperor, anything from them, for me, works at nighttime from past experience. And Aphex Twin's Richard D. James album. I have a weird feeling, I have this weird vibe from that album, which I've gotten from listening to that late at night in this kind of weird forest area by my house, kind of weird. But yeah. In closing, instead of choosing 5 tracks, I've chosen 3 tracks from the same album. I know they're not all, obviously they can't be all closing, but it's from Death Cab for Cutie's Plans. It's the last 3 tracks, which are What Sarah Said, Brothers on a Hotel Bed, and Stable Song. 3 of the most depressing and heartbreaking songs I've ever heard, and probably the best album ending I've ever heard out of everything I've ever listened to. So I'm gonna have to say that for now. I just can't believe that a band like that was capable of writing such heavy songs. So that's only 3 tracks. That's a hard question too, because there's a lot I can name. Maybe Caroline No off of Pet Sounds too, from Beach Boys. That's a great closer. But for now, that's all I can say. These are some great questions that I can go into so much detail about this, but I don't have time. But I mean, thanks so much for these questions, because I really enjoyed thinking about it. With some difficulty, because there were some tough things to answer, because you want to make sure that you don't forget anything. So thanks, Anthony, and look forward to everyone's videos and responses to this. So thanks again, and thanks for watching, everyone. See you guys later.